spent a lot of time focusing on myself, on getting a great education, getting a great job, making sure that I'm personally happy. And at some point, you feel it's not all about you.
Luxury.com is an e-commerce site where you can rent or buy luxury Indian apparel and accessories. It was started by myself and my co-founder in the summer of 2011. Being an entrepreneur can be extremely isolating and very self-serving. And what better way to get outside of myself and engage with my community than volunteer?
So I'm a volunteer in the Youth and Service Program of Chicago Cares, which seeks to promote volunteerism with middle school and high school children.
And it kind of reconnects me back to how I was when I was in 8th grade, where anything is possible and you can make an impact in a small way. I mean, it couldn't have been any easier. And as an entrepreneur, we look at design, we look at the way things are run, and we, for better or worse, assess whether we want to be a part of something. And Chicago Cares was all that and more. Volunteering with Chicago Cares makes me a better leader and a better entrepreneur because it reminds me to engage in those small moments in order to make a larger impact, whether it's on the bottom line or whether it's within my community. My name is Swathi, and I'm a volunteer with Chicago Cares.
My name is Rogelio Lechuga, and I'm a volunteer at Chicago Cares. My grandfather used to say all the time, for a community to really work, you must be willing to plant the seeds of trees you'll never enjoy the shade of. That really resonated with me, and I've never let go of that. So I'm 27 years old, born and bred in Chicago. Currently, I'm a project manager at a food manufacturing company. Grew up in Little Village, right off of 28th and Drake, which is only a couple blocks away from 26th Street, which is always bustling. We grew up very poor, but regardless, we still helped out whenever possible. While Little Village is a vibrant community, it has its dark sides as well. I would see guns, you know, just on a dining room table. It's still helpful to look back on that and always remember that there's still kids there. I lead a volunteer group at the San Jose Obrero Mission Home for battered women, which is about 3 blocks from where I grew up. So I went and it was fantastic. I immediately bonded with the kids. I had them very engaged. So that's one of the reasons why I currently volunteer where I do. Besides my father, I didn't really have any strong role models to look up to. So I hope I can be that for someone else. One of the things that has benefited the most from my volunteer work is my leadership skills. I've seen them grow by leaps and bounds through this. Not only do I get to see everything I'm doing with the kids, but I've realized how much I love doing this. And because of it, I now plan to pursue a master's degree in nonprofit management, which was something that I had never thought of before. I just volunteer with Chicago Cares, and I am endlessly proud of the things they do. And the impact they're making for Chicago is astounding. You know, no matter how much I'm doing for those kids, I think I get just as much, if not more, out of it than they do.
We want to give back to communities because at the end of the day, the community is our consumer, the community is our future talent, and the community is our current employees. I'm Tim Russell, Director, Global Diversity and Inclusion for PepsiCo, and I've been with PepsiCo for 8 years. And actually I've been volunteering with Chicago Cares for almost 2 decades now. When you look at the history of PepsiCo, it's always been about giving back and making a difference. We've had over 4,500 employees who have volunteered with Chicago Cares, totaling more than 22,000 hours of service. Through Chicago Cares, we provide almost 400 employees on the largest day a service in the city of Chicago. Some of the direct benefits that PepsiCo has experienced has been team building. It helps with talent development, it helps with recruitment, it helps with morale, helps to cultivate leadership skills. And corporate contribution enables Chicago Cares to offer tens of thousands of Chicagoans volunteer opportunities, which then ends up making Chicago a better place. It helps to drive awareness of what's going on, and then it also helps for employees to understand the connectedness between PepsiCo, themselves, and the community that we live and work in. My name is Tim Russell, and I'm a Chicago Cares volunteer.